Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Avery. I'm 24 years old and I make videos about personal finance and budgeting. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to be going through both my May and my June monthly net worth updates. I had missed the month of May because June had just ended up being a very crazy month for me. So I'm trying to get back on track now, and I thought it'd just be good to combine these two updates together so we can see how my finances have changed or how my net worth has changed in the past 2 months. So for my assets, I have a few different accounts. I have a pension account, which at the beginning of May, it was $8,781. And at the end of May, it was $9,094. And that is a change of $313. So for this account, 10% of my pre-tax income goes into it. And I get a 1% annual percentage rate for interest. So that's why we see this change about $313. I get about a little over $3,000 is my gross income per month. What else do I want to say about this? So it's not money that's invested. It is a pension account. At the end of this year, I should reach 5 years in the pension and I'll be vested. So I'm really hoping that works out because that will give me a big jump in my account value. And specifically after 5 years, you get a 33% additional amount in my account. So slowly, kind of this year's kind of going quickly, honestly. So we're kind of flying through the year. So this will probably happen sooner than I think. For my Roth IRA, I've been putting $150 into this account per month. And I've actually started doing something where I try to find additional money to put into here. A good example would be if I get a paycheck for let's say like $720, for example, I would take the $20 and put it into my Roth as some additional investing. Just doing what I can to help boost the amount when I have a few dollars here and there. I'm not sure how much money I'll be able to do this way. It seems to help a little bit. I just wanted to invest more since the market has been down lately as compared to where it was before. So it seems like a good idea to try and put as much money as I can into this account. That way it'll only help me out in the future. All that to be said, at the beginning of May, I had $1,307. At the end of May, I had $1,501. That's a change of $194. For my 457B, I actually need to roll this account over soon. I got a letter from my 457B provider. This is for my previous job, just to clarify. I'm eligible for a 457B in my current job, but I don't want to use the provider I had at my last job. My current job offers the ability to do it through Fidelity, which is how my Roth IRA is set up. So I personally, for simplicity's sake, would love to get this 457B money moved over to a Fidelity 457B. The only thing about that is I'm not in a situation right now where I want to put additional money pre-tax into my retirement. I think it's a good idea for me to put money into my Roth, which is after-tax money. So I'm not sure exactly what to do with this. I'm sure maybe I can set up the account and just not make any investments. I have to check though. I haven't done it yet. And I have about a month to do it before they'll automatically refund my account. All that to be said, the value changed by $6. It went down by $6, so it went from $157 to $151. My Robinhood account went down by $1, down to $45. My car, I'm keeping it stable for now at $15,000. When I search comparable vehicles for my car, this still seems to be pretty accurate. I do notice, and it still seems to be an undervaluation. I'm undervaluing it just to be conservative with it. If in the future, I've noticed that it's starting to the value of the car is starting to go down. So if it gets to a point where it's pretty reasonably below $15,000, I'll start updating this accordingly. And honestly, in the future, I might get to a point where I take this off my assets altogether. But personally, I like to keep it on there for now because if I did sell my car, and I do live in a city, so if I did sell my car, I would obviously get money from that sale. My checking account went down. I went from 1,622 to 897, but in corresponding with that, or in correlation with that, I guess, my savings account went from $7,391 to $8,833. That's a positive change of $1,442. And then my credit union account went up slightly by $506 from $3,081 to $3,587. So for the month of May, my assets increased pretty significantly. I'm trying to think what was the reason for this. I'm not remembering. Maybe I made extra money in May? I didn't end up doing a May budget recap because I just had a crazy month of June and all these things kept coming up. But I'll have to go back and check my reports in YNAB. I use the budgeting software You Need a Budget and just check and see where the significant increase is coming from. It's coming slightly from my Roth and my pension, but the biggest jump seems to be in my savings. All that to be said, my assets went from $37,385 to $39,108, which is a positive change of $1,723. Moving on to my liabilities, I do have 8 different student loans. They're all federal student loans, and they're all in forbearance right now. The forbearance extension is until August 31st, 2022. And I have been trying to save money in my savings account for these loans. My goal is to make a payment as soon as right before the forbearance period ends, just to maximize my savings, I guess. All that to be said, these are in order on here from highest interest rate to lowest interest rate. I was trying to remember if that's correct. That's definitely what I did because my $6,077 loan is, of course, my highest interest rate. It's over 5%. So ideally, that's the one I would tackle first. But total here, I have $22,075 in student loans that I will eventually need to pay off in full. I've been kind of burnt out lately with saving for my student loans. So I kind of feel the timeline extending a bit. And it's honestly just hard to stay motivated for me personally, for something that's stuck in limbo like federal student loans are. But as of now, I'm still working towards that goal. I've also had a decrease in income because I quit one of my side jobs, my side hustles. I was working a part-time job at the restaurant and I decided to quit that. So progress on this is definitely going to be slower and I'm starting to feel the effects of that. If we go down to the bottom, or if we check right here, my total net worth went from $15,310 to $17,033, which is a positive change of $1,723, which it looks like this percentage growth is about 10%. I'm not sure why it's negative. If anyone knows, let me know. And maybe I'm calculating this wrong. I don't know. Start date, end date. That seems correct to me. So maybe it's just the formula, I screwed it up or something. And then I like to go down here and look at the net worth by month just to see how interesting. I think it's interesting to see over time how I'm doing. I started tracking this officially in the month of February, so that's why you see it starting in February. And also something I want to note before I forget, this is a net worth tracker I got from Lauren Miller. She is a personal finance person on YouTube. She makes videos about personal finance. And she also makes these trackers, so to track your financial goals. So I did use this monthly net worth tracker from her, and I'll leave a link down below. It is a free tracker, but she also has some ones you can buy, like a budget. I think she has a budget template as well. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I definitely like this one, and I definitely use it, clearly. But my February net worth was $13,100, but in May, I'm up to $17,033. So even with the market being down, I'm on an uphill trajectory, that is encouraging and that is good to know. Some of this might be a bit of a red herring depending on who you ask, since you can technically, depending on who you ask, Some people don't think you should count your car as an asset. So if I took away the $15,000, I would have a net worth about $2,000. But with that being said, that's still a positive net worth. Either way you want to slice it. And then if I come over here and maybe zoom out a little bit, I can see my net worth by month, which I also like. So, my net worth by month for a chart, which is interesting. So it's a very steady growth for me, and it's obviously not skyrocketing at any given point, but maybe in the future it will, especially when I start to get more investments into my account. Currently, I have a lot of static assets, I'd say, in the sense that, like, it really depends on how much money I can put into it. Like, my pension account is based off of how large my income is. It's not something that's invested. It's a defined benefit account, not a defined contribution account. So it's not a 401k. So you're never going to see like huge swings in that income unless maybe if I got a bonus. But I work in public services, and I'm not a job in public service that gets bonuses. So unfortunately, that won't happen. And then my checking, savings, and credit union accounts, so my bank accounts, same thing there. It really is just about how little I spend is how much money I save, Because my actual, like, investment accounts currently only total about a little over $1,500. So that's how I did in May. Let's quickly go through June. June, I started to feel the effects of having lower income, I feel like, and also having higher expenses. I think June has been, I think summer months are very expensive, and I'll get more into this in my June budget recap video. I made some big purchases, but yes. So for my assets, let's just run through these quickly. I had a good increase in my pension account. It went up by $326. So my end date as of the end of June is $9,420. For my Roth IRA, I did put I think almost $200 in here, but the change is only a positive $112 because of how the market's going. It's very up and down. It's mostly down. It's kind of stagnant. I know you're not supposed to check like your investments that often, but I just like to check them from time to time because I'm just curious how it's going. I think it's exciting. I honestly, since I'm so young, I'm 24 years old, a market downswing doesn't really bother me. Obviously, if I was older, I might be more worried about it. If I was closer to retirement, or if I was living off of any of my investments, retired or not, it'd probably stress me out a little bit more. But currently, I'm just trying to take advantage of just having a market downswing. So, all that to be said, my ending amount was $1,613. For my 457, you see the market downswing because I'm not actively contributing to it right now. It's at 138, down from 151. Robinhood went down $3 to $42. My car still at $15,000. Maybe that'll change next month. I don't know. I don't really think so, but I imagine by the end of the year the value will dip below $15,000. Perhaps. I don't know. Used car markets have been kind of crazy. So my checking account went up slightly to $1,022, which is a positive increase of $131, but my savings account went down pretty significantly by $510. I did use money to make a pretty big purchase. I will talk about it in my budget recap. And then my credit union account increased by $1,048, so it's up to $4,635. This account, I actually don't actively put money into it. I was having my restaurant paychecks go into this account. Since I quit that, I don't have that going in there. This money is actually coming from money that my brother owed me and he had sent to me. And he had sent it to me on one of like the Cash App, Venmo apps. So I ended up transferring it over. And it just so happened that app had it set up to go into my credit union account. So again, so that means my total assets are $39,102 at the end of May, and then at the end of June, they increased to $40,193, which is a positive increase of $1,091. So June was a good month as well, I suppose. I did pretty well in the month of June, I would say. Again, because of everything I said, like I have more, I guess you would call it static assets. They're not really, they don't, until I have more money in my Roth IRA, it's just going to keep probably looking like this. Maybe not though. I do probably have some big expenses coming up, so we will see. My liabilities did not change at all. Like I said, they're still in forbearance. So that means my total net worth went from $17,027 to $18,118, making a total increase of $1,091. And if we go down here, we can see, oh, I wonder why these are different. Let me look. Real time trying to figure this out. Oh, maybe I just put the wrong amount in. I just copy and paste this over. If you notice something, tell me in the comments. But I'm going to change this to 17,033. So you're looking at 1,085. Is this correct? I'll check it later. But this is an increase of almost 6%. So about $1,085. Something seems off. 39,108. Okay. Oh, I know what happened. It's related to the pension account. I forgot to put the interest in at the end of this date. Yes? Oh, yes. I think I forgot it, but I was able to get it this time, which is why you see a difference between the months. It doesn't really matter. We're literally just like the $5 to $8 difference doesn't necessarily matter in the grand scheme of things, but I'll probably look into that later. So net worth by month, if we go down, we already discussed all the previous months. So I'm at $18,000. That's pretty great in my opinion, especially at 24 years old. I know I would love to reach like $100,000 net worth by the time I'm 30. And specifically, I don't want that in, actually, I don't know if it's $100,000 net worth, because ideally I'd like to have a house by the time I'm 30, but I don't know if that's actually, obviously if I take on like a mortgage debt, the likelihood that I have more in investments to offset a mortgage is probably not likely. So what I guess I really mean is I would love to have $100,000 invested by the time I'm 30. And like, what would really be great, but it really just depends on like the future of my career trajectory, like if I stay in public service or not, is to have like $100,000 invested in like my Roth IRA and / brokerage accounts or 457 or my 403b, whatever I end up doing in the future. That would be awesome. So yeah, this is my net worth. Let me know if you have any questions about it. I'm anticipating that like for future months of this year, I'm assuming the value of my net worth will increase probably, but it won't be as significant as it was say in like May when it was over $1,700 in a single month. Once it's next January and I get my vested amount in my pension, it should have a pretty good month that month, I guess. So thank you all for watching. Next week I'm going to post my June budget recap, and I'm actually going to do it. I am back on track, I hope. And then I'm also going to do a video about my mid-year financial goals check-in. So we're going to check on the goals that I set in my 2022 personal finance goals video and see how I'm doing and if I need to adjust any of them or if I've already reached them. So thank you all for watching. I know I just said that. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. All right. Bye now.